Welcome back inside the UNI Wrestling room as we preview the NCAA Wrestling Championships. We left off as we are going through each of them. Yeah. Cael Happel, I mean, just the work he's done, the body of work this year specific, especially the last several months here.
Yeah, he's wrestling great. Head position's great. I mean, you see kind of a calm and ease, you know. I mean, just that he has. Like, unflappable. I mean, nothing's really changing. And you know, bonus point. The first three matches, I'm wrestling incredible in the semis too. You know, Frost they had a little bit of back and forth in the duel, and it was just straight hammer. You know, and then to win his first conference title, he was in the finals last year. You know, I was kind of going back to his first two conferences where he was 0-2. You know, so just to see the progression, but also like, man, just overcoming things, because you come back and you're like, oh man, is that going to happen again? You know, and like I said, the second last year wins the title, and where we're at in the team race, you know, to have a head-to-head with Oklahoma State, you know, that tightened things up. You know, and then he was able to ride a little bit. They got to the 30-30, some things that maybe he's not necessarily known for, he was able to do, and to me that just comes back to your training and trusting what's going on and that you listen. So great tournament by him, and you know, dang, that first of three titles for us.
A true leader on this team. And then you go Colin Realbuto, Olympic red shirt last year. It was his third NCAAs, I believe. Yep. He has over 20 wins this year. He's rocking and rolling.
Wrestling great and scoring a ton of points. Wrestling really hard, and he had pins his first two matches. And I think he had 2 pins all year, and then he had 2 pins in the first 2 rounds, and then you know, he gets bonus points in the semis, and really wrestled he wrestled a great match. Hit a beautiful shot in the finals, scored, rode the guy. You know, probably in his mind, okay, I backed off of maybe a little bit that second period. You know, and the guy's a good competitor and stung him in that third. And you know, sometimes guys take things from you. I know he learned a lesson from it, but he's wrestling phenomenal. I mean, dude, in the best version, I mean, I'm telling you, like, and I can go up and down lineup, like, that's the best version of Cael Happel I've seen. That's the best version of Colin Realbuto, and that's really all we can ask, right? Like, the other guy, whatever where they're at, that doesn't matter. It's where we're at and what we can control. And I know that's it burned him hard, but he'll be better from it, you know, in Philadelphia.
Chomping at the bit. How about Ryder Downey?
Yeah. Avenged 2 losses, came back and got third. You know, I know the match that he lost, I mean, he came out, he had a beautiful shot, rode the guy, and was attacking again, and, you know, got caught into a scramble, gave up 7 points. And, you know, if we're going to get beat attacking, you know, I mean, like we've talked about, I mean, that's one of the things that they wrote down, take risk. So we're not going to be upset about taking risk. Sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't. But the more you take them, the more they land on your side, and the more you put things in your favor. And man, I couldn't be prouder of how he came back and got third. And there were a couple tough, gritty ass matches, and we need as a team. I mean, you know, beat Oklahoma State guy for the third place, where again every point starts to matter.
How about Jack Thomsen, second straight NCAA championships?
And him and the champ from Peyton Hall, they had a scrap OT, and he was in deep, you know, to win the match. But it just kind of shows you how close he is. You know, I know he ended up 7th. That was a deep weight class, but man, to see where he was at and how he competed, especially from the last match, just shows how much you can close gaps, and each match is different. You know, a great reminder that he's right there with anyone. He's had some really big wins this year. And again, like, no one's going to look forward to wrestling that guy when he comes to the national tournament, and that's a good thing for us.
We've talked about Jared Simma, how around last Christmas he really made a change, and why do you think he has what it takes to make some noise at the NCAAs?
He's a great competitor. I mean, you look at his NCAAs last year, you know, and like
so
you said the run that he had, and those are things, and you kind of get, oh man, so close, and then it can, you know, you got to use that as a fuel, and man, I will race to occasion. I think that's one thing that, you know, we saw with him when he was young. He's always competed well at high level events, and man was willing to take the risk and do those things. And you know, that really hasn't changed. He got bonus points in his 3 wins for us. You know, and we talk about bonus points being the difference of winning a team title. You know, him and DeVos, I think they wrestled 5 times now this year, which is crazy to have that. And you know, great competitors were the adversaries that make each other better. I would imagine they both probably would look forward to wrestling someone else. But again, he's going to the national tournament, and to me, he's he's wrestling. He's wrestling very well. He just got to give himself a few more chances and opportunities in those matches, and he knows that. But to me, the indication of how he's going to compete in national tournament last year, he's going to be his best. He's going to be his best self.